Good morning class, welcome back to the online classes for Triveni Memorial School. So today we are going to start the chapter 8 for class 5th, that is your searching of food. How different animals uses their different senses in order to search the food. So let's begin. So first of all, as you are already aware that we use our sense organ to get information about our surroundings. So in order to get information about what is there in our surrounding, okay, what we use our different sense organs. In the previous class, in class 4th, you might have studied about the different sense organs like your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. These we have studied about the different 5 sense organs and the various function it performs. So by that different sense organs, we are going to get information that what are things are going around in our surrounding. So these sense organs will transfer the message from these senses to the brain. So the complete mechanism we have studied in those classes, that how these sense organs are going to transfer the information, the message to which body part it will send message to your brain, and from where you are sending these senses are going to send the message from the various senses to the brain, okay, with the help of the nerves, and then brain is going to read that message and enable us to understand or get information about our surrounding. So this will allow us to react to a stimuli. What is a stimuli? If it is a stimulus, okay, what happens if by mistake student you touch any hot object, okay, immediately what is your reaction? You will remove your hand immediately, because why? Because your skin is going to is touching that hot substance. Then what will happen? Your skin is going to send message to your brain, and your brain tells you that you have to remove your hand because the material or the substance which you are touching is hot. So there is a reaction to all these stimulus from our surroundings. So the brain is going to help us to react according to the stimulus it provides. Okay, next is the sense organs in animals. So as we are aware that not only human beings but animals are also having different sense organs. So animals also have the sense organs and they use them in different ways. So animals, they are using these sense organs in different ways. Let us take a look how these animals uses their sense to find the food. So basically these animals are using their different sense organ in order to find food, and in this chapter we will study that in detail. So first of all is your sense of smell. So sense of smell, certain animals are there, students, who have poor vision, okay. They have poor visibility capability, that they cannot see the things properly. So the animals with poor vision will depend heavily on the sense of smell to locate their food. Then how these animals which are having poor vision will find their food? Because if they are having poor vision, they will depend on their sense of smell in order to locate, in order to find their food. So we have to enlist, there are certain examples of certain animals which have the powerful sense of smell. So these animals are having very good sense of smell. Your examples are your ants, snake, dogs, vultures, bear and shark. So let us discuss one by one. First of all, your ant. So here, leave a piece of bread on the floor, it will attract a lot of ants. So you can do this activity. What you have to do, you have to take a small piece of bread and you have to leave it on the floor. But the time passes, with all of within a few minutes or certain half an hour or so, you will see there are a lot of ants which are surrounding that bread piece. Ants do not have well developed eyes. So ants are not having well developed eye to see the food, but they have a very strong sense of smell. So they are going to find that piece of bread because they are having very strong sense of smell. So here you can see the ants searching for the food. They march and they move, and with that they release certain chemical trails. So one ant follows the other. Okay. Next is, an ant is having a pair of antennae on its head. So you can see here, these two are nothing. These two are what? These are the pair of antennas, and these ants are going to use it to smell. Okay. So ants are using their antenna to smell. They do not communicate with each other through sound. So as we communicate, we talk with one another. Okay. We use certain language. But these ants are not communicating by producing any sound. Rather, they find how they find the food. So when an ant finds the food, it leaves a chemical trail along the ground on its way. So if certain ant has find the food, okay, at certain place, what it is going to do? It is going to leave a chemical trail. A chemical smell or substance is going to be released along the ground on its way. So as it reaches to the food, it is going to release that chemical trail. Other ants soon follow the trail. So other ant can recognize the different ant by their chemical trail, and they will follow that trail and reach to the ant who has find the food. So they leave more chemical trail on the way to keep the trail alive till all the food is collected. So what will happen? So if there is a large amount of food, one ant goes there and find the food. What that ant will do? It will release any chemical trail. Okay. Following that, recognizing that chemical trail, other ants are also following that and reaches to the food, and on their way they are going to release more chemical trail, so that it will keep alive. Okay, the trail, the smell order will be there on the ground until that complete food is collected from that. So this is the manner in which the ant find their food. Next is your snake. So snakes have a good eyesight over a short distance. So snakes can see only for a very short distance. Okay, they can see properly up to a certain distance, but their sense of smell is more accurate. So they have very accurate sense of smell, which they are going to use in order to search for the food. A snake flicks its tongue in and out of its mouth. So what happens? You might have seen a snake. It flicks. It will remove its. It take out its tongue one time out and then again roll it back. So here that is called as flexing. Okay. So a snake flicks its tongue in and out of its mouth. Why it is doing so? Because the tongue is going to pick the odor, the smell from the air or the taste of the object it touches. So as the tongue of the snake, it will going to come out. It is going to pick up certain odor. Okay. Otherwise, which is found in the air or around rest, what it can do? It can taste the object it touches and it will send the message to the sense organ in the roof of its mouth. So there is certain sense organ which is found on the topmost part of your roof part of its mouth, and it is going to send that message. Then there are certain example of snake like your pit viper and python. These are having a special type of sense organ that is called as heat sensory receptor. So specifically remember this example. So these two snakes are having the specific sense organ, that is your heat sensory receptor, that is going to help them to locate their prey even at night time. They can find their food during the night time. So here is your python and a snake. You can see this is the manner in which the snake finds its food. Moving on to the next example is your dogs. So dogs have an excellent sense of smell as well as hearing. They have very good capability of sense of smell and hearing things. They uses their sense organ to locate their prey and in order to find the food. Because of their powerful sense of smell, they are being used by the police to detect the crime, to detect the criminal. So what these dogs, because they are having very good sense of smell and hearing, because of that these dogs are being trained by the police, and which is going to be used by them in order to detect the different criminals. So here you can see the dog searching for the food. Next example is your vultures. So vultures have a good sense of smell. They can see they can smell the dead animals from a distance. So these vultures, they can smell if any animals is dead from a distance. As you know, these vultures, they fly over a very great height. So from that great height, they can see any dead animal on the ground. Okay. So this is the way in which they find their food. Next is your bear. So bears also have an amazing sense of smell. A polar bear can smell a seal. A seal is an aquatic animal and it is the food of the bear. So the bear can identify a seal by its smell on the ice 20 kilometers away. So within a distance of 20 kilometers away, if its food is available, it can sense that. Next is your sharks. So sharks also have an excellent sense of smell. They smell even a tiny drop of blood and sense where it is coming from. So shark are also having very excellent power of smell, because they can even make out where that single drop of blood, tiny drop of blood has reached that water body. So they can find out that, and even they can sense from which direction it is coming. Similarly, these are the various examples. Similar to that, there are certain other examples, that these are organisms with poor eyesight, such as your rats, cockroaches, bees. These are going to depend on their sense of smell in order to find the food. So these animals which are having poor vision, they can also identify their food by what? By their sense of smell. Okay. Moving on to the next part is your sense of vision. Sense of vision, that is, there are certain birds and insects which have good eyesight. So they depend on their sense of sight to locate their prey. So because there are certain birds and insects which have very good eyesight, so they depend on their sense of sight in order to locate, in order to identify their prey. Examples are your eagles, vultures. They are able to spot their prey while they are flying very high. So these birds also they fly at a very height from the ground. So they are also able to spot their prey. So you can see here an eagle, it has catch a snake. Okay. So this is the way they find their food. If we talk about insects, so insects like your ants, flies and bees, these have very large compound eyes. So these are the large compound eye of an insect, okay, of a fly, and these are made up of thousands of small micro eyes. So in the diagram you can see, student, this is one compound eye, and inside this there are 1,000 micro small eyes are there. Because of these, insects are having compound eyes. So these are very good at spotting fast movement. So if you might have tried, you try to hit an house fly, immediately it flies off before it gets hit. Why? Because these insects are having these compound eyes, and these small small 1,000 number of eyes are there. So because of these compound eyes, they can spot very fast movement. Okay, they can find out even if very fast movement, anything which is coming in front of it, they can find out that. Okay. Next, if we talk about owls, so these owls are active during the night. So owls have various features which help them to find their food during the night time. What are those? First of all, they are having very large eyes that is going to help them to see even in dim light. So these eyes, you can eyes of an owl, these are very large, so they can see even in dim light when the light intensity is very low. They have large sensitive ear opening to catch the faintest sound and locate the prey even if it is complete darkness. So as you can see, these owls are having large opening ears. Because of these large opening ears, they can catch the faintest, okay, the sound which is very faint sound, okay, which we cannot hear. These animals, these owls can hear that sound, and this will help them to locate their prey even if it is their complete darkness is there. Lastly, next feature is that they are having very soft fluffy feathers that enable them to fly in complete silence and catch their prey. So these owls are also having the soft and fluffy feathers. So without making any noise, okay, they can fly, and they fly with complete silence and catch their prey. So this is the way how these birds and insects are going to find their food, because they are having very good sense of sight. Next, we will discuss about is your sense of hearing. The third one is your sense of hearing. So a bat sleeps through the day in the sheltered places and wakes up at night. So you might be aware by this fact, these bats, they are generally active during the night time. They sleep throughout the day. It makes high pitched sound using its mouth and nose. So these bats are going to produce very high pitched sound, and with the help of its mouth or its nose, if this sound wave meet an object, then it creates an echo. So what will happen? What is the mechanism here? So as you can see here, this bat has produced certain high pitched sound, and if in that direction, okay, in the which the sound, if it encounter any object, so what will happen? This object, if its high pitched sound encounter any object, this produces an echo, and this echo will bounce back to the bat, and this echo which was produced here, it will bounce back again to the bat. and the bat uses this echo to work out where the object is. This echo help the bat to locate their food. So because of this reflecting action, okay, because of this echo which revert back to the bat, because of that the bat can locate its prey and in which direction, from which direction that echo is coming. Okay, so this special technique is called as echolocation. With the help of using the echo to locate the food, that is called as echolocation. So bats are using this specific phenomena, specific technique in order to find their food. So moving on to the other animals which are having good sense of hearing are, for example, whale and dolphin. These can also locate their food through echolocation. So in the similar manner in which the bat uses the specific technique of echolocation in order to locate their food, the other example of those animals which can locate their food through echolocation is your whales and dolphin. Next we have to discuss about is your nocturnal animals. What are nocturnal animals, students? Those animals which are active during the night time. So examples of these nocturnal animals are your owls, nightjars and kakapos. So kakapos is a very specific species of large parrots which lives on an island of New Zealand. They are specifically found there. Okay, and these are also having very good sense of hearing that help them to find their food in the complete darkness. When even when there is complete darkness during the night time, they can identify their food. They can locate their food. So here you can see the diagram. This is a nightjar and this image is of a kakapo parrot. Okay. Next is the electric eel. So how electric eel is going to find their food? So electric eel will produce electricity, as the name suggests, electric eel that produces electricity. So this is an image of an electric eel. So it makes its prey unconscious with an electric shock. Because of this electricity, sometimes we get a shock. Similarly, this electric eel is going to use this technique in order to make its prey unconscious. Okay, this is the way in which it will locate its prey. Next topic that we have to discuss is your animals also sleep. So as you are aware, students, our body and mind need relaxation because we cannot work day and night. Okay, so in order to relax our body, what do? We generally sleep. We sleep during night time. So when we sleep, our body and our mind are not active. The animals also need sleep. Animals also require sleep. So different animals need different amount of sleep. So there are certain animals which require which sleep for a very long duration. Okay, there are certain others which will sleep for a very short duration. So that will depend on what time period these animals are sleeping. This depend on various factors which we have to discuss. The first factor is your amount of food. So as you are aware, students, we eat food because it provides us energy. The food that we eat is going to give us energy in order to do work, in order to play. Similarly, the animals also require food. So big animals eat large amount of food because they need more energy. So big animals, as their size is big, so they require more amount of food in order to get more energy. So they need, in order to get more energy, they need plenty of time to eat and digest their food. So most of the time they are awake. Because of this reason, these animals will sleep for a very short period of time because they require plenty of time, require more amount of time in order to eat large amount of food and in order to digest that food they eat. So example of these animals which sleep for a very short period of time is your African elephants, which generally sleep for only 3 hours in a day. Then other examples are your horses which sleep for less than 3 hours a day, and there are cows which will sleep only 4 hours a day. Next reason why this sleeping time varies in different animals is your to conserve energy. So there are certain big animals which need to conserve, to preserve their amount the energy. So they sleep only for they will sleep for many hours. So in order to conserve the energy, this reason is exactly opposite. For conserving energy, the animal has to sleep for a long period of time, and the previous reason, that is the amount of food, as the size of the animal is big, the large animal, the big animal require short period of time because they require more energy, and for that they require more food. So here, if we talk about to conserve the energy, so some animals, big animals conserve the energy energy by sleeping for many hours. Example is your python snake, which will sleep for about 15 hours in a day if it was hungry. So if the snake, this python is hungry, it will sleep for 15 hours. But after having food or after feeding, it can sleep for up to 20 hours a day. So if we talk about the other example is your tiger will sleep 16 hours a day and a bat sleep for about 20 hours a day. So this sleeping time varies because of these two reasons. Moving on to the next part, how the animal behavior varies. So animal behavior varies because it varies in sleeping time. Okay, how much sleeping time, how much what time these animals sleep. Okay, most of the animals like humans, they sleep during the night time, but there are certain animals, that is your nocturnal animals, which are active during the night. Examples are your owl, bat and mice. They will sleep during the daytime. Okay, these animals, most animals sleep during the night, but specifically remember the examples here, which these animals will sleep during the daytime and they will be active during the night time. Next is your animal behavior also varies in sleeping place, in which place they are sleeping. So first of all, the animals such as zebra, giraffe and your elephant sleep in open ground, whereas your leopard, you can see here, a leopard sleeps on a tree branch. There are certain aquatic animals like your seals and hippos, they are going to sleep under the water. There are migratory birds which travel a large amount of distance. Okay, they will sleep while they are flying across an ocean. Okay, they will while they are flying, they will sleep during that time. Next is your moles and rabbits sleep in a burrow. So as you know, these rabbits make their home below the surface of the earth in a burrow. So they will these moles and rabbits, they sleep in their burrows. So these are the various sleeping places, and based on that their animal behavior varies. The next is your animal behavior varies in sleeping posture. So sleeping posture, what posture they are sleeping. We discuss about horse. The horse sleep while in standing position and the bat sleep upside down. So here you can see a horse is sleeping in standing position and a bat, it sleeps during upside down. Next important fact is your dolphins and whale. We have discussed in our previous chapters also, students, that these are not fish, they are aquatic mammals. So because of these are aquatic mammals, dolphin and whale, they are going to breathe oxygen, okay, with the help of the lungs. So for that they have to come to the surface of water in order to breathe. So they always have to be conscious. They cannot sleep completely, okay, because time to time they have to come to the surface of the water body in order to breathe. So what will happen in that case? So only half of their brain sleeps. So half portion of their brain is going to sleep at a time and allow breathing while they are swimming in water. So half of the brain will be active, okay, and half of it will sleep while they are swimming. So this is your example, dolphin and whale. Remember this fact. Now moving on to the exercise part, students. So first of all, the section A of the exercise, first multiple choice question. An animal that is deaf to sound. The animal which is deaf, which cannot hear any sound, is your lion, tiger or snake. So the right answer is your snake. Next is an animal that leaves a chemical trail along the ground. As we have discussed in this slide, there are certain animals which leave a chemical trail while they are finding any food. So what are those animals which leave the chemical trail or order? Your vultures, ant or your honeybee. The right answer is your ant. Next, moving on to the fill in the blanks. So first of all, the ant use their antenna to smell. So antenna, the ant are having a pair of antenna on the front part of their head which helps them to smell. Next is the snake uses its tongue to pick up the dash of the object it touches. So the tongue of the snake picks up the taste of the object it touches. Next is your section B of the exercise, first multiple choice question. Vultures and bears have an amazing sense of what? So these animals, how they locate their food? By their smell, vision or hearing. So these having amazing sense of smell. Okay, the right answer is A. Next is your bat locate the food by a special sound technique which is called what? So bat, whales and dolphins, they find their food, they locate their food by the help of a specific technique, that is your echolocation, vision or sight. So right answer is your echolocation, that is A option. Next, moving on to the very short answer type of question. You have to name an animal which sleep with its eye open. So animal which sleep while its eyes are open. Example is your crow. Next is name two animals which locate their food through echolocation. How these animals locate their food echolocation? Your whales, dolphin as well as your bat. Next is your short answer type of question. How do owls search for their food at the night time? So what features are there which will help the owl to search food during the night time? So these are having large eyes that help them to see even in dim light. Okay, in the night time when there is no or very less intensity of the light, so they can find the food with the help of their large eye. Next is these are having very large sensitive ear opening to hear the faintest sound. So because these are having very large sensitive ear opening that can hear the faintest, very faint sound they can hear. And the last thing is they locate their prey even in complete darkness. So these are the various characteristics in which they can find their food in the complete darkness. Next is why do big animals like elephants sleep for a short period of time? So we have discussed that in the slide that big animals like elephants sleep for a short period of time as they need plenty of time to eat and digest their food, because big animals require more energy and more energy comes from more food. So in order to have more food, they require plenty of time to eat and to digest that food. Now moving on to the last part, that is your long answer question. First of all, name three animals each that have a good sense of smell and strong eyesight. So the one which is having good sense of smell, that means your examples are your ant, snakes and dogs. Next is the one which is having strong eyesight, good eyesight. These are your eagles, hawk and owl. So write down the answer in this manner. Next is how do the eagles search for food? How these are going to search the food? They depend on their sense of sight to locate their prey. So eagles are depending on what? They are depending on their sense of sight because they are having good eyesight. So they use that sense in order to find their food. They are able to spot their prey while flying at a great height. So these birds, these eagles, hawk, they are flying at a very great height from the ground. So because they are having very good sense of sight, they can locate their food from a very great, while they are flying at a very high above the ground. So in this manner, students, we have completed this chapter. Hope to see in my next video. Till then, take care. Thank you.